night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me, turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me. Oh gosh, she's such a tease, bitten lips, bruised knees. I'm addicted to her, need her touching me. Cause she got a bad little waist, and we tearing down this place. Off the liquor that we chase, got some egos to the face. Baby, I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste, and I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, cocaine, body so insane. Jealous of the clothing that she wears up on that tight frame. All game, no shame, baby came here to play. I feel like an addict cause she's sex, drugs, cocaine. Got a fine little body and her mind's kinda naughty. They say that once you taste it, you cannot replace it. She could get you high, all the dopamine inside triggers fast once she's naked. Her body's a creation. They say the devil made her for his entertainment, but even he couldn't learn how to contain it. Her high heels make a damn good statement. There is no replacement, a body by Satan. Cause she got a bad little waist, and we tearing down this place. Off the liquor that we chase, got some egos to the face. Baby, I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste, and I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, cocaine, body so insane. Jealous of the clothing that she wears up on a tight frame. All game, no shame, baby came here to play. I feel like an addict cause she's sex, drugs, cocaine.
Hey everyone, Dan from Gym here, and I hope you enjoy that training montage. I'll give an update to how the training is going, and then at the end I'll give a brief diet breakdown of what the foods I was eating looked like over these last 3 mesocycles. So we are done the hypertrophy block, and I think it went pretty well. One notable thing is that even though I was cutting for the last 2 mesocycles, the bench press progress still went really well. Whereas traditionally in the past, I've found that even if I'm cutting just for 1 mesocycle, my bench just does not improve whatsoever. So that was nice to see. I think that's probably for 2 reasons. The first is maybe that the program is working so well that I'm still gaining strength while losing weight. If that's the case, when I get back to gaining weight, then strength should be gaining even faster. But it is a little unlikely just based on the past. And the other thing is during the bulking phase, it's possible that I got so much stronger in that first mesocycle that that strength carried into the second and third mesocycle. And so I think in that second mesocycle, when I was starting the cut, I was still building on some strength, and then the third mesocycle more maintaining the strength that I already had. So that was interesting to see. And again, the best my bench has ever gone, so I'm really excited to see what keeps happening in the future with that. The other thing I noticed is in week 2, specifically with the deadlift, my stamina was really improving with doing sets of 7 on squats and deadlifts. So that was great to see. I think it was basically getting back down to a more comfortable weight, was more reasonable. Like I said before, at the end of the bulk, I was at 99 kilos, which is probably the heaviest I've ever been. And I usually like to be around that 96 to, in the past, 88 kilo area. I haven't been down to 88 kilos for probably over a year now. But the last year or two, I like to be in that about 96 to 92 range. And I have been getting leaner as well. So of course, the leaner I get, the more comfortable it is to be at that heavier weight within reason. And one thing that really did help too with that stamina is the breathing technique I was doing. On my squats, you can see it pretty well. I would breathe in, brace, go down for my squat, come back up, breathe out, breathe in, brace, and do the next rep right away. It's very tempting after you finish a rep to sit there and breathe, which you might notice that I would do after rep 5 or 6, just because I'm getting ready for these last couple sets. And that's probably more of a mental thing. And if you try it, you'll notice that in the first maybe 1, 2, or 3 reps, it is a little bit uncomfortable. But by rep 4 or 5, it is paying off. You can kind of feel that it is going well, even though you feel like you might be short of breath. For some reason, you're not short of breath, and you're able to just keep going. And that's something that I've just learned from reading through breathing techniques. You might also notice in my accessories, if I'm doing sets of 8 or more, for example, let's say I'm doing overhead press with dumbbells, I'll breathe in, I'll do 2 reps in 1 breath, and then I'll breathe out, and I'll breathe in, and I'll do 2 reps in 1 breath, and I won't breathe in between reps until I get to the last 2 or 3 reps. And the reasoning is that it prevents you from a type of hyperventilating, basically just breathing too quickly, which breathing quickly can be great for getting your adrenaline going if you're trying to get yourself amped up for a lift. However, from what I've read, it's not so great for maintaining oxygen in the bloodstream. Now, again, this is what I read, so I stand to be corrected. But I have found a lot of success in doing this method. Squats and deadlifts, I can't do 2 reps in 1 breath. Bench press, I can. So it's just something you can experiment with yourself. I know I was helping someone work on their combine for bench, and I told them to play around with their breathing, and they went from breathing every rep to breathing every 3 reps, and it was pretty incredible. I think the number of reps he could do instantly went up by about 3 or 4 just from changing his breathing technique alone. So something you could work on in your own training, and hopefully that gives you benefits. The other thing is, if you're sitting there breathing with the bar on your back for squats, the bar is still sitting on your back, you're only getting more tired. If you're sitting there for an extra 3 to 5 seconds and you're doing 6 reps, so a break after each rep, then you're looking at between 15 and 25 seconds of just sitting there with the bar on your back. So that could tire you out as well. And if I had to repeat this mesocycle one more time, the only thing I'd probably change is I would remove the hack squat or the front squat. The reason being is that hack squat was a little bit out of practice, so I think I'm dialing in better what my real max is on that. And just having both in combination, I think is just a little bit too fatiguing for my quads. Last mesocycle I mentioned I was going to start decreasing my weights by 10 pounds instead of 5, and I felt like that really worked. However, when I went to the hack squats, I could kind of tell that my quads, they were still pretty toast from the squats. So it was just a lot of fatigue, and I think I could probably just do without them if I had to repeat it again. And the other thing too is it could have just been a side effect from the cut that I was doing. You know, you're going through a caloric deficit, you're a little lower on carbs than usual, you're just going to be a little bit more tired, so that could have been a factor as well. And then speaking of cut, my bulk and cut over this phase, over this training block, went really well. The change I'll make next time is I don't enjoy doing a cut for 2 mesocycles. So next time I'll just do a cut over 1 mesocycle and a bulk over 2. For that I will reduce the bulk that I do because I don't want to increase the cut I'm doing because that would just be horrible. And the bulk, because it'll be slower, hopefully that helps as well because I won't be going to as high of a weight, I won't become as uncomfortable just moving around in everyday life, and then hopefully it also reduces the amount of fat that I take on my body during that course of time. So when I start this next training block, probably what I'll do is I'll go for a 250 calorie surplus, and then in the cut I'll go for a 500 calorie deficit again. So instead of 1 month bulk, 2 month cut, it'll be 2 month bulk, 1 month cut. So lastly, I'll do a quick diet breakdown for you. For the first time ever, I actually counted my calories. I know that might be surprising, but I actually went to the nutrition facts and calculated my portions and figured out how many calories I'm eating. Traditionally, what I've done is I've just ate a consistent diet each day, and then I weigh myself every morning at the same time, and then I just see how my weight is changing over the course of a week or 2 weeks. If it's going up and I don't want it to go up, then I see what I can cut out, like a granola bar, usually something small, and then I just see how that change takes effect. But I've never really counted the calories. So there was 2 things that were surprising. The biggest surprise was I was actually overestimating the number of calories I was eating. When I was bulking, I was eating about 3,300 calories a day, and I'll put the 2 diets up here for you to see. And when I was cutting, I was eating about 2,100, 2,200 calories a day. So I thought if I had to guess beforehand, when I was bulking, I'd be eating about 3,700, and when I was cutting about 2,700, and probably just over 3,000 calories to maintain my weight. So that was kind of interesting to see that I was overestimating calories. The other interesting thing was I was underestimating how much protein I was getting. And I think part of that too is if you look at the lunch, the sandwich I have, 3/4 of a chicken breast. That's not totally accurate. Sometimes it's half a chicken breast, sometimes it's 3/4 chicken breast, sometimes chicken breast is different size. Basically what I do is I put the piece of bread down, I cut 1/2-inch thick slices of chicken breast until the bread is full of chicken breast, and then I continue making my sandwich. So day to day, it does change, but it's good to see that I am getting the minimum amount of protein that I want. And there's no close margin on that. So that's good to know going forward, that if I can't have a totally consistent diet, or if I change a meal and I know I ate a little bit less protein that day, then I'm probably going to be all right. And it was also pleasantly surprising to see that I definitely was getting enough protein on the cut. The other thing too is on the bulk and the cut, they are about just over 1,000 calories apart. So that's nice to see that thermodynamics lines up pretty well. I was going for about a 1 pound bulk, 500 calorie surplus, and about a 1 pound cut, 500 calorie deficit. So that was nice to see. And it is a little bit larger, and that's because that's the strict cut diet. That's what I was eating about day to day. But let's say a friend had a birthday, I'd still have birthday cake. Or maybe I had popcorn with a movie. There were still little cheat snacks that were sprinkled throughout. But this is what I was consistently eating every day. So again, this hypertrophy training block, it went really well. I'm super happy with how this new program is going based on the Renaissance periodization videos that I mentioned back in my first vlog. Now for the next couple weeks, I'm actually going on vacation. I'm going to be doing some hiking, getting some sunshine, eating whatever I want within reason, and enjoying some alcohol. It probably sounds a little funny, but when I'm training, I try to avoid alcohol in general. So over these next couple weeks, it's not something I avoid. This allows me to get the junk food and beer out of my system before I start preparing for provincials, and then I can really hunker down and focus. And usually, and it's two things. One, it's a good body break, not to be so dialed in on a specific diet all the time, but it's also a good mental break as well, to just kind of relax. And then of course, when I get back from the vacation, I'm probably gonna feel sluggish because I haven't been eating super well the last 2 weeks. And when you get that sluggish feeling, it's just more motivation to, all right, I'm gonna eat healthy again because I love how I feel when I'm eating my diet. So I'm looking forward to the next 2 weeks for a bit of a break. I hope your training is going well. I hope you learned something from this video. If you have any questions at all or comments, please leave them down below. I'll try to answer them as best as I can. And I'll see you in the next vlog.
Keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah.